My friend doesn't think I can start a successful business in 10 hours.
I don't know, man. Getting a client in 10 hours is kind of hard to do.
And I'm super competitive, so I'm not only going to start my business, but I'm gonna get my first paying client in that 10-hour time frame. And if I win the bet, I get all of the bragging rights, but if I lose the bet, I have to buy him a VIP ticket to a mastermind of his choice. So it is 8:39 in the morning, and we're gonna put a timer on the clock. Let's make it happen. All right, so what I've done is I've created a checklist of everything that I need to do in order to set my business up for success, come up with what it is I'm actually selling, and actually launch what I'm selling quickly so that I can get results right off the bat. There's a huge opportunity in the space of selling a service online, which is exactly what I'm gonna capitalize on. And for me specifically, what I'm thinking I'm gonna sell is cold email, because I know that I can get it up quickly and it's going to generate what the clients want, which is more business for them. That's what we're gonna focus on. That's gonna be the main goal of what I'm gonna be trying to sell. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I really need to focus on is really the infrastructure of the business and offer creation. Like, that is what I'm gonna jam through. I don't have much time, so I got to get through this really quickly. So first things first, business infrastructure. Firstly, what am I selling? So when I think about what am I selling, I want to think about what is the biggest pain point and the biggest outcome that most consumers want. And for me, what I believe is they want more leads, they want to make more money, they want more business. So I'm going to be selling cold email services or lead gen. Other things like a logo, I got to figure out, okay, what is it from like a logo perspective I'm gonna do? And again, I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here. I'm just gonna quickly go to Canva. I'm just gonna create like a quick little logo. We're gonna ask ChatGPT. We do lead gen for companies. What are some business name ideas? Make them modern. Lead flow, pipeline pro, prospect IQ, convertly, rev gen. Let's just do rev gen. Again, not wasting any time here. So let's see here. Let's come up with a dope little logo that we can come up with here. Okay, now that I have my logo, website, well, I'm just gonna use Canva for this because again, like, it's not gonna be that important at this point in time. Cool. Freaking good enough. So I'm gonna publish this. Wow. Sweet, website is done if we need it. And then business name, wrap down. Now that we have the infrastructure dialed in, now what I need to do is I need to dial in my offer. I need to get really clear on what it is that I'm offering, because once I get really clear on what I'm offering, that's going to leak into literally everything that I do and everything that happens when you're selling. What I really need to figure out is I need to figure out my target audience, the pain points of the target audience, the outcomes, the unique mechanism, the guarantees, the deliverables, and the pricing of what I'm actually going to be selling. Let's start with target audience. I'm gonna have ChatGPT help me out, which is something that you guys can do as well. We're going to be offering cold email services to clients. Who are the top clients we should be going after that need help with lead gen when it comes to cold email, and they can have success with it? High ticket offers, co-on, sales team, outbound marketing, marketing growth agencies. Good, I like that. SaaS companies, okay, not bad. Recruiting staffing agencies, yeah, it's not bad. Tell me their target audience, because I want them to use cold email too. I like the recruiting. So I'm gonna pick probably 4 of these. So I think I'm going to choose marketing agencies. I'm going to choose recruiting agencies. I'll do SaaS as well. I think marketing agencies is gonna be a pretty big addressable market. So I think I'm gonna like lean into that. So pain points, so target audience. Let's focus on marketing agencies. I think that'd be a good thing to focus on here. And let's come up with some pain points for these marketing agencies. The pain points is what's going to get people's attention. So like just getting them leads is not going to like speak to them. That's going to be really generic. I want to hit like into the soul so that when I am actually reaching out to them, they're going to feel the pain through my copywriting and they're going to want to learn more about how we can help them. Let's start with marketing agencies. Give me the top 5 pain points that are polarizing and speak their language. Cool, love this. So I'm gonna basically just paste these here. Now let's have it do the same for recruiting. Okay, outcomes, give me the desired outcomes for the marketing agencies. The people that I'm targeting are kind of savvy buyers. What I want to make sure is I have something that can pique their curiosity. And I think the best way to pique their curiosity is through some like cool, unique mechanism. So let's go back to ChatGPT and just say, what are some unique mechanisms I can promote for my services? High ticket matchmaker. Love that. Guarantees. Let me figure out my deliverables first. So deliverables, 10,000 email list, copywriting, software setup, inbox management, and I think appointment setting too would be really solid here too. The good thing with like what I'm offering with cold email is it's not going to be like a fulfillment nightmare. Like I don't need a huge team to implement a lot of this sort of stuff. I could probably withstand this from like a one-man show for now. I'm going to come up with a guarantee here. So let's just call it 90 leads in 90 days, or we work for free until we get you there. So from a pricing perspective, how I'm going to view this is sort of like a value-based pricing model, as well as like what is my cost. So for like the cost for the leads, let's just call that $300. Let's just call this 2 hours, 1 hour. Let's just call this 6 hours, and then 6 hours. 90 days, let's call this. Let's just say I want to pay myself $50 an hour here. So I will just price this at $5,000 for 3 months. I think that's doable, especially if they get one client from this. Offer feeling pretty strong. All right, y'all, quick update. So just got off the phone with a friend.
All right, dude. What's the update? How you doing?
Yeah, dude, got the offer dialed in. Feeling pretty good. Got a website, got a logo. Like things are looking pretty dialed in. Problem is I just haven't started any outreach yet, and that's making me a little anxious.
I don't know, man. Getting a client in 10 hours is kind of hard to do. So
Yeah, I mean, good thing I can get this in front of a lot of people. So hoping everything will go as planned.
all right, dude. Hope you crush it. But I'm honestly looking forward to beating you in this challenge. So
I think we'll be good. So feeling a little bit weary about that, but all in all I really need to do is follow the steps. And the next step that I have in place is I need to set up my lead gen. I can't really do ads because it'll take a long time. I can't post on social media because it's like not predictable. I can't close a deal just simply by doing that. I can't hope for a referral. I can't make my website optimized for SEO because that stuff just takes too much time. Where I'm going to be focused on when it comes to actually getting clients with my lead gen setup is setting up my cold email, because that's ultimately going to be the fastest way to reach the most amount of people, also for cheapest. First things first, lead gen setup. I need to figure out, okay, what am I going to do with leads? What am I going to do with leads? And as I mentioned, I'm going to do cold email. A few things I need to do. So I need to get an email software. So the email software that I'm going to be using is going to be instantly.ai, because what instantly will allow me to do is allow me to send all of my emails just using one software. Like when I say cold email, I'm not like getting a list of a bunch of people and going to be randomly sending them. I'm going to be doing this correctly. Now that I have the software, I need to add email accounts, because I know that if I send emails using my personal email, I'm just going to end up in a bunch of spam folders, and it's not going to be humanly possible unless I'm just like copy and pasting, like going crazy to send the amount at scale. So the cool thing about Instantly is that they have what's called pre-warmed accounts. So traditionally what I would need to do is I would need to do like a done for you setup, or I would need to connect a bunch of emails that I currently have. And the problem with this is that it can take a long time to warm up, because what you don't want to do is you want to get emails, plug them in, start sending a bunch of emails, because you're going to end up in spam. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to get 6 emails, which will give me 5 emails per domain that I buy. So that'll give me 30 emails to send from, which will allow me to send up to 1,500 emails per day. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to search for like things like sales. I'm going to do agency, forwarding domain. We're just going to use our lovely website that we created. Boom. So it'll cost me $390, annual price $90, subtotal $300. If I just close one deal from this, that return on my spend is magnificent. Okay, so I'm gonna click place order. Look at that. So now I can start sending emails immediately. Now that we have our emails, I need to set up email campaigns and get a list of prospects. And the good thing about this is I'm going to use Instantly's lead finder, which allows me to literally just find leads, and I can start sending them emails as quickly as possible. What we can do is we can use all these cool filters. Let's go industries. Let's see if there's anything in marketing and advertising here. Feel pretty good about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these and I'm going to add them to a campaign. But what I need to do is I need to upgrade to be able to get the leads, okay? I mean, with this plan, we can have 25,000 contacts and 125,000 emails, which at the end of the day, this versus like ad spend or like SEO, I can simply just literally upload everybody in right now and start sending ASAP. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to need to create a campaign inside of Instantly. So I'm going to save this real quick. Let's just go ahead and save this. I'm going to go to my email accounts and I'm going to create a campaign. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 3 different campaigns. Self-deprecating, direct response, and another one, 3 ideas. And we're going to select 4,000 result, add to campaign. We can add those to self-deprecating. I'm going to select the next and I'm going to add them to campaign. Let's do direct response, check for duplicates. And then I'm going to add more to 3 ideas. Now what just happened is they added all of the leads in here. And the cool thing about this too is they're going into verification queue, meaning that when I send emails, I know that they're actually going to be verified. All right, leads check, software check, campaigns kind of built out, check. Once I write the copy, I'm close to being launched. So I need to get these emails out as quickly as possible. We are in a little bit of crunch time, so we'll see how we do. All right, we got coffee on deck. Now let's write. I'm not going to get too fancy here. I'm just, again, wanting to just get this out and get this up as quickly as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to, with the help of ChatGPT, write some really good copy. The good thing is we have our offer. So all I really need to do, I'm just going to remove the talent or the recruiting angle right now. All I'm really going to do is copy my offer in here. Create cold email openers that use humor or personality to break the ice, acknowledging that it's cold email. Open with a self-deprecating statement to grab attention that acknowledges we're sending them a cold email. Transition to a common frustration or polarizing pain point associated with financial loss that my target audience likely experiences. One line, introduce a unique mechanism way that aligns with the tone of the customer and speak to how it can help them get to the desired outcomes, which will be 1 to 2 lines. So let's write this opener. Cool. I like these. So I'm going to actually use this one. And the cool thing here is I can go ahead and link it with the client's first name. So I can go variables, first name. The other thing to note here is that ChatGPT is not going to be perfect every single time. So it's really, really important that we're making the adjustments as needed. Okay. So now what I also need to do is I need to write follow-up emails. So what I'm going to do is using this one, write me 3 short-lined emails following up with the email to my target audience. Start each email with following up sentence, like following up on desired outcome, make it personable. Cool. Okay, save. We're going to send another one. I'm going to add another step here. And then breakup email. Love it. What I just created was a 4-step email sequence for a self-deprecating opener. And then from the opener, we're basically following up with 3 emails, trying to get their attention. 1 day after, I'm going to do high sense of urgency, assuming that we get to this point. So I'm going to do save. And now I need to do the same thing with direct response. Like this is pretty much all I really need for this one. Okay, so this is going to be the opener. And then we're going to go back up here. Then we're going to do 3 follow-up emails here. Okay, love it. That's more of a direct response angle, which is just like going kind of just more straight for the kill. Let's go 3 ideas, sequences. Nice, I actually like this one. So we work with marketing agencies. So here I'm basically just trying to add value and get the rule of reciprocity very apparent. So let's create a subject line for this one. Ideas for company name. Perfect. So now what we have here is we have 3 campaigns with 3 basically like sequences that I'm going to begin to send. So now the next thing is I need to launch these. I have put in all of the work. I've written the openers. I've written the follow-up emails, set up my lead gen, got a killer offer, I think, have my infrastructure set up, a few hours in. Now we got to launch this bad boy. So I'm feeling a little nervous actually, because I'm sending a bunch of emails to strangers, and that can be a normal feeling. Okay. It's a normal feeling to feel a little nervous. Maybe it's the coffee that I just smashed, but I'm here to genuinely serve them and help them out. And that's what I'm here to do. So that's the mindset that I'm going to actually go at this with, is like, I'm actually sending emails to people to try to help them. And the more that I can get in front of them and actually try to help them and make this the point in the heart of my message, not, oh, I'm sending a sales email, that's where I'm going to have success. So if I can get my mindset right, if I can do all that sort of stuff, then I know this is going to be successful. So let's get this launched. So let's start with the self-deprecating angle here. So what I'm going to do is, I can see all my leads in here. I'm only paying for the verified ones. So I have a lot of leads in here that are verified. Perfect. I have my sequences written. I'm just going to double check here. Perfect. Schedule. I'm just going to go as much as possible. We'll do Central Time. It's a good happy medium. Save. I'm going to do options, counts to use. I'm basically going to select all 30 emails that I chose, because it's not going to send more than 30 emails per day per one. Stop sending emails on reply. Yes. Open tracking. No, because that's going to hinder my deliverability. Perfect. Daily limit 900. That makes sense. Advanced options. Nothing too crazy here. I think I'm good. I just need to get this bad boy sent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click launch on this one. Publish. Boom. Okay. Same thing here. Schedule 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. Save options. Select accounts. All of them. Launch. Publish. Go back here. Options. Select all these. And we're launch. 3 campaigns launch. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to start getting responses in what's called the Unibox. Okay, I can see the responses by the campaigns. I can see all of the campaigns, all that sort of stuff. What's also going to happen is it's automatically going to tag them inside of the Unibox. So I know exactly like if they're a hot lead, if they're not a hot lead, all that sort of stuff. And what's also going to happen is I'm going to get notifications via email when I do get a positive reply. So I kind of just got to sit back and wait for these bad boys to start sending and start getting some responses inside of here, which I'll keep you up to date with how this ends up going and the responses that I'm getting. But for now, we just got to sit back and wait for some people to get through and get some positive replies, and we'll be dialed in. Oh, we got our first reply. And it is an out of office. So hopefully no more of those. All right, here's the deal. So far, not looking so hot. I've had about 3 people interested. That doesn't mean I booked a call. Seems like a lot of people are out of the office at the current moment. I have sent a total of 1,500 emails, and there's still plenty of day left. Like, people need to respond. I'm not feeling too confident about jumping on a call with someone today, but I'm going to keep trucking because we have 13,000 contacts to get through, and there's plenty of time left to get after it. All right, a little bit of an evening update. Currently, we're standing at 3 opportunities, no booked calls, a few unsubscribes. It's cool. A lot of people out of office. Again, I don't know what it is. So I'm not like feeling too discouraged about it because I created 4 follow-up emails for a reason. So I'll probably check in probably tomorrow to give you the full rundown of the results with how we ended up doing. All right, so it is 12:30 the next day, and let's take a look at where we're at so far with everything. I've gotten a few positive replies. Haven't been able to book a call quite yet. So that's like the mission, is trying to get some of these people booked in. Like, the tricky part that I didn't really think about is, okay, if I'm sending an email and then I have to book a call with them and then I have to close the deal on the call in that 10-hour framework, I think I was a little overly ambitious with that. So I think that's the reality. Still feeling positive. We got a lot of follow-up emails to send. We're not even through a quarter of our list. So we're just going to keep trucking along on this and see if we can get some results going for us. So that's the goal. Okay, one thing I am going to do, I'm going to switch up the opener for one of my campaigns here. So I'm just going to open up with a case study and offer to send over the case study. So I'm going to save this and I'm going to get this rocking and rolling as well to see. I'm going to change the subject line to see if I could maybe get a little bit more responses here. All right, so a couple more positive replies have come through. I think I'm going to set an appointment with this guy. I think I feel good about this. So basically what I did is I, of course, asked to shoot over the Loom video to show exactly how it works. Now, what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to film a quick Loom video. I'm just going to look at his website and I'm just going to send a quick little Loom video explaining exactly what it is we do and how I think we can help him out. So let's do that. Hey Vod, hope all is well. Thanks so much for responding to my email over to you. Took a look at your website, took a look at your... If that sounds something of interest, quickest way to get details on what it is that we do is to jump on a quick call. So if you have time, maybe early next week, that would be a great time to connect. Looking forward to it. And in the Loom video, what I am doing, I'm basically saying introduction and context. So my framework for this is, what's the situation? What's the problem with the current situation of how most agencies are getting leads? And then what is the solution? And I'm presenting the solution. So I basically looked at their website and came up with like a 4-step system on getting them leads on the process. And then I asked them to book a call. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and go back to my Instantly and send it over to them. This right here, folks, on the screen is an agreement to a call. An enthusiastic, yes, that works, to the Loom video, to the proposed time that I shot over to him. So Fod agreed to a call. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot him over a calendar invite with the calendar link, and we will chat and hopefully see where it goes. And hopefully it is good. I feel promising about this on their business model, that I can convey the value that I need to convey, which is the most important thing. So that's what's upcoming. Let's get it, guys. So fingers crossed over the weekend, if I can make it, that will be ready to rock and good to go on this.
Yeah, so I'm an e-com agency. I work with a bunch of e-commerce brands, probably some you even know. I need more consistent lead flow. Tried a bunch of different methods, and yeah, your Loom seemed interesting.
How have you been trying to get leads now?
Just like a lot of cold DMs and posting a lot of content, but not seeing that conversion. And I just wanted like different outreach methods. So,
well, what I can do is I can share my screen and just kind of walk through our process and kind of share a little bit about what we do and how we help e-com agencies predictably scale and add new clients. Does that sound good?
yeah, sweet.
So first things first, what we're going to do is we will basically build an offer. Then we would build a list of different prospects that we can then reach out to based off of who would be the best fit. We would work in tandem. And then what we'll do is we will help write high converting copy, which we'll do to get responses from the people. And then what we'll do is we'll then launch our outbound campaign. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll be able to actually set appointments for you. How's that sound?
Well, yeah, sounds good. I think I'm curious on your high converting copy, what that process is like.
Yeah, so we would work with you. We have really good frameworks that are getting really good results that we would run by you for approval. For us, like we'll always lead with like a lead magnet, kind of like what I sent you, like a Loom video. It's like that's what we want to send to our customers as well, just so that they feel good.
How much do you want me to dance in this?
So basically how this works, it's a 4-month commitment, and the price for 4 months is $5,000.
Yeah, I think that price is a little too much for me.
Is it, so it's the price, or is it something that you don't see the value in? Or because what we just talked about, I mean, if we're going to get you 90 leads in 90 days and we were able to set, let's just call 10 calls, how many deals do you think that you'd be able to get from that?
Probably at least 80%.
Nice. So from there, then you would at least be making, if your average ticket is $5K, like this is potential to easily make you $25K plus.
Okay, that totally makes sense. I just would like to go and talk about it with some of my partners and say, yeah, is it cool if we do a follow-up?
Yeah. So I mean, it sounds like you think that this could help your business grow and like you could add some more deals from it, correct? It's just like a finance thing, like the $5,000 up front, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah, it's right now, yeah.
Got it. Yeah, so what we do in this situation, because we do have a limited capacity at our company, is we'll just simply take a $500 deposit, which is completely refundable. This will just ink that and make sure that you're set up and ready to go. And we'll set up a follow-up call maybe on Monday so that we can just review everything and then make sure all things are good, and then go ahead and move forward after you talk to your partner.
All right, cool, yeah. That's
$500 deposit's good?
Yeah, that's fine.
Looking forward to working together. Looking forward to getting this show on the road and getting you some deals.
Sweet, thank you, dude.
And the deposit has been secured. So we just got off the call with the agency. Boom, we secured the deposit, which pays for all of the software and some that we got. And we have a follow call scheduled for next week to wrap up, but there should be no hiccups, none of that sort of stuff. So I feel pumped. I feel pretty good about this to get a client this quick with the volume that I'm sending. Not a bad day. All right, quick update. So I shot him over an email after our call, and instead of jumping on a call, we actually exchanged some emails. So the email I sent to him was basically a recap. Great call today. Excited to get things rolling. Here's a quick recap of what's included, what you can get, the outcomes that you can expect, and then the guarantee. And then what I also did was I included the payment link that if he was ready to move forward, then he can just simply click the link and pay. And then I told him next step. So once we get the payment, then that's when we'll actually trigger the onboarding. So then what he did is he responded on Sunday actually and said, appreciate the follow-up, definitely excited about this. Wanted to clarify a couple of things. What's the timeline? Basically, are these leads going to be qualified or are they not going to be qualified? Because we've done this before and they've just been like junk leads. And then lastly, what happens after 3 months? Appreciate the clarity. Just want to make sure this fits where we are headed. Then that same day in the afternoon, he processed the payment. So $5,000 succeeded. Let's freaking go. And based off of the amount of time that I've spent with getting the leads, setting up the business, I'm pretty sure I won the challenge because it did not take me 10 hours of deep focus work, maybe more than 10 hours, like total time, obviously. It took over a week to get the payment, but 10 hours of actual time, me investing into my lead gen efforts. Pretty sure I won this. So if you've been sitting on an offer, sitting on your business idea, maybe it's time to act now because you could get the same results that I did in 10 hours. And guys, if you want to see a full breakdown on how I use cold email to generate leads and how I used cold emails in this challenge to generate leads, then click the video on the screen. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we will see you on the next one.